So now we will have our flash talks. This again is the 2-minute flash talks, and what happens at the end of 2 minutes? Aha, so this is the... We will hear from Duncan Carlsmith from physics, Nadine Nehls from nursing, Tracy Schroepfer from social work, Beth Martin from pharmacy, Greg Downey from journalism and mass communications, and then a duo, Tom DuBois and Mary Layoun from folklore and comp lit, who will collectively get 3 minutes. Go for it.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here and to lead off the flash talks here. I'm going to be talking about a project, Flexible Physics, and you can look at the website physics.wisp.edu. I thought I'll tell you a little bit about the project, and then maybe I'll spend the last minute commenting some thoughts related to what our own co-chancellor said. First, I want to thank Aaron Brower and the Teaching and Learning of putting together a little team for physics, and it included people from Learning and Support Services who are just terrific, and also from Do It, and I'll call out Blair Bundy, who's just great. We formed a little team to consider several ways to use technology, in particular video. Is this being, in physics, and settled out on 2 goals. One was developing training videos for our TAs to get them better prepared to handle our hundreds and hundreds of students that we process through our laboratories. And then also to develop materials to assist the students, undergraduates, in our laboratories. I don't know how many of you have suffered a physics laboratory class as an undergraduate. It can be quite an intimidating experience. So we've developed some very quick videos. The idea is to show students exactly what they're going to see in the laboratory in Chamberlain Hall. So for example, if they have a lab where they need to spread out and examine the spectrum of hydrogen in a hydrogen lamp or something like that, and look at the quantum mechanical states. We show them a quick review of some principles and then really what they're going to do and see. We don't try to do the lab for them. We've developed about 20 of these, and the students love them. We get lots of hits, and we do assessment, and it's really been a big success. And we have a lot more courses that we'd like to cover, and other things that we'd like to do in the way of demonstrations and other things. This is what we've had time for. But I think I want to say, how much time do I have? A minute, maybe? Okay. For me, the experience has really been wonderful being together with a team of people and gestating new ideas and thinking about things. One of the issues we had to address was accessibility. I'll just spend a minute on that. And a lesson that I kind of learned. I came to it thinking, well, we'd better do this. There's legislation and stuff mandating. We came to a great solution, which we're still exploring, which is a product that Do It has got a license for called 3Play. I encourage you to use it. It will take a video, produce a transcript, and make the transcript clickable so that it goes immediately to that place in the video. It's a beautiful thing. But the larger message I got away from considering accessibility was that people really are a whole range of abilities. It isn't like they're the able and the unable. They're the people who are math challenged, the people like me who are, have trouble with vision, can't see a hydrogen spectrum if I tried. I am sighted, but I'm still blind. What I came to appreciate was that it's a continuum, and when you build an educational thing like a laboratory, you need to address everybody's different abilities. And in that way, you address people who are technically challenged in any one particular way, which means when you design education, you want to design it very high quality to hit everybody. And I think that goes to the question of customization. You want to customize things, and in that way, you produce a quality product that is also accessible. So I'll leave it with that.
Good afternoon. Happy to be here today to talk about the School of Nursing Innovations. The School of Nursing is very interested in increasing capacity, given the nursing shortage and our overwhelming demand for admittance into our programs. And yet, like everyone, we have limited resources. We've addressed this challenge by developing partnerships. And today I'm going to talk briefly about 3 of them. First is the BSN at Home. This is a long-standing collaboration with the other schools of nursing in the UW system, Eau Claire, Oshkosh, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. It addresses the need to move associate degree nurses to baccalaureate preparation. And the partnership conserves resources for us because each school contributes one of the 5 core courses via web-based delivery format. Second, we've developed a partnership with Gunderson Lutheran Medical Center. It's our western campus for nursing. We offer the undergraduate major to 24 additional students each year. We provide 2 FTEs. We video conference from the Health Science Learning Center, and the remaining teaching is done by Gunderson Lutheran. Third, we're in the process of developing a partnership with Affinity Healthcare System in the Menasha area to offer a postmaster's certificate in psych mental health. Affinity will provide financial and technological support so that students can engage in distance learning. We like partnerships. They're not without their challenges, but they've allowed us to grow, to test innovations, conserve resources, and meet the needs of our profession. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Tracy from the School of Social Work, and social work, we created our part-time master's in the social work program, and it is a weekend program. It's every Saturday, and we created the program for 3 reasons. One was because we really needed a stable source of revenue. We were struggling. The second is that we were witnessing a trend of our students who were trying to go part-time in the full-time program and really struggling in doing that and getting the education that they wanted. And third was Eau Claire faculty wanted to, they have a BSW program, a bachelor's in social work, and wanted a graduate program because there is such a need in that area of the state and further north in terms of social workers with a master's degree. So what we did was we created a partnership with Eau Claire, the School of Social Work, and we formed the program. It is a Madison program, but it's offered at both sites. So students going to the Eau Claire site will get a Madison degree in social work. We partnered, the way we did this was, it was 5 years of nighttime meetings, getting this organized and set up. It was a lot to think about. We received startup funding from the Department of Continuing Studies and from Letters and Sciences, and we received lots of assistance from the UW system. We were very fortunate. But the outcome has been that we now have a steady source of revenue. We actually made a profit in our 2nd year, and this is our 3rd year, and we're going to make a profit this year. So our funding comes strictly from tuition. And then it's up to us, and this has been the hard part for us, to begin to think profit. As an academician, we don't usually think profit, but we are really having to think that. And we're doing lots of marketing and being very creative. We have as many students in the part-time master's program as we do in our full-time master's program. And in addition, we think the program really is the Wisconsin idea in action, because our partners across our communities, across the state, are very happy because we've already had 1 graduating class, and we'll be having another graduating class this year. And we actually have students from all over the state, as far away as Hayward, Green Bay, Oshkosh. They drive every Saturday for this program. And there have been challenges, but I have to say it has made a world of difference in the School of Social Work for us. Having this revenue has meant that we can do many more things for our students, things that we might not have been able to do before, and really beginning now to think out of the box because we can afford to do so. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Beth Martin from the School of Pharmacy, and I'm here to present an example of blended learning in the classroom. After 10 years of teaching hands-on, skill-based laboratory sessions with my students, I was given the charge of taking a 30-hour service learning course for first-year students to a 100-hour course where we had to be very focused on what we were using our classroom face-to-face time about versus what we were doing and guiding them in this blended learning environment. So with the help of an Engage grant on collaborative classrooms and using technology, I had IT support to go past my fears and create a course that really used my philosophy of active learning, where you give students information and ideas, that classroom time where we even do a boot camp for 8 hours during the week of orientation to get the skills up there, set a philosophy or tone for their professional learning, and then develop those experiences, those guided community partnerships that students engage in, and then sealing the deal with meaningful reflection. So we use the web-based portal of Moodle for the course management system, and that allows us to set up different forums so students work in teams of 3 for one major aspect of the course called POPs, where we have partners at the Oakwood Village Retirement Community, senior partners that work with teams of 3 students. They reflect as teams and then also create what we have in healthcare as our documentation system, so a partner portfolio using a wiki through our Moodle system. So throughout 2 semesters of a course, as an instructor, I get to guide, see the reflection students are producing, and give them feedback. All the essence of active learning. And what comes out of it are those 5 tenets, those outcomes we really focused on in designing the course of professionalism, teamwork, self-directed learning, communication, and community engagement. And I'm going to put a plug in because I do believe you can have very inspirational retreats. And one of those opportunities you have before you the first week of June is the Teaching Academy Summer Institute. What a great opportunity to immerse yourself in a retreat format, to think about your teaching, how you want to re-engineer a course or program, approach things, and have all the community partners from campus there to help you with those resources and design. And you can use that backward design of focusing on the outcomes and what the meaningful learning is in your classroom. So blended learning can be an asset for you to free up your time as a faculty and really see students engaging in the material, and for them to have that opportunity to really get the real world experience with what they're learning. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Greg. We teach an internship course now in the College of Letters and Sciences. It's called Inter-LS 260. This is a 1-credit course. It's an online course. It's a course that's taught fall, spring, and summer. And a student takes this course when they come to us and have an outside internship. It can be with a for-profit organization, a nonprofit, government. It can be 5 hours a week or 40 hours a week. It can be paid or unpaid. Any kind of internship from any kind of student in any kind of major aiming towards any kind of career works for this course. And I want to talk about 3 innovations that this course embodies and that we've been learning about. So first of all is that institutional site, the unit at which you attach the innovation. We attached it at the College of Letters and Sciences. That allowed us to escape the silos of departments, because a lot of students don't have access to this kind of course in their major, in their department, or maybe they're in a department where they find an internship that's askew to it. So we serve that function. It also allows us to partner with L&S Career Services. So we have the career services professionals right on hand as partners in this course. The second innovation is the online delivery method. We use a wiki as well, and it works really well. For the students who are taking the course over summer, they're often far-flung across the state or the region or the country, sometimes even across the world. The wiki allows us to engage with those students as a class rather than just a one-on-one situation. For the students who are taking the course in the fall or the spring semester, they're often here in Madison, but it allows them that time shifting. It allows them to mix this course in with half or full slate of classes, which they're often also doing with an internship. So it gives us that time and space flexibility, whether we do it fall, spring, or summer. But the technology isn't the biggest innovation either. The biggest innovation is a new division of labor. We create this course to get away from the old model, which was a one-on-one faculty mentor student maybe writing a paper about their internship experience. This course allows us to scale that up. So one faculty member is being a mentor to about 25 students. Again, working with career services professionals right there on the course, on the wiki, available to critique resumes and give advice and intervene if something strange is happening with the employer. But the biggest collaboration is among the students themselves. It makes their internships transparent to each other. They're learning from each other as they read each other's weekly field notes and use this online forum as a way to build community, and especially for the students who are over the summer far-flung across the country, really build a sense of comfort and safety and a resource to rely on when this is possibly their first time away from home. So we've done this for a year now. We're in our second year. About half of the students we serve, this was their very first internship. About half of the students needed to have a college course in order to even access the internship. It was a condition of the internship. And about half of the students actually were paid for their internship. So we're seeing a great diversity. If you're interested in being one of the faculty members collaborating with this, and you're going to hear from Tom DuBois next, who's one of the faculty collaborators with me this semester, please Google me and I'll have information about this on my website. Thank you.
I'm Tom DuBois, and I'm in the folklore program. Pick up the mic.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Thank you.
And I'm Mary Layoun from the Department of Comparative Literature.
Two small units, great traditions, great research interests, great talent, very little resources. So we started to think about how we would go forward, and one of the things that we realized was, since folklore is study community, how about we team up? So we actually approached CompLit in the fall of 2010 and said, what about if we join forces?
And CompLit, pushing a very old program, a department on campus, formed as a program in 1917, a department in 1927, and pushing a little bit the boundaries of what you might understand as literature anyway, thought this was a great idea not only to build community, but to build an expanding notion of emergent relationships between the community, between literature and culture. And we voted unanimously, both units, to begin process of a merger.
Yeah, so we're here to tell you that change can make you happy. Change is all right. We have Mr. Rogers. And that one of the things that is exciting for us both and everybody who's involved is the realization that we can make a merger process an intellectually exciting thing, that we could look at this and look forward to all kinds of new possibilities that we weren't seeing when we were kind of trying to figure out as a group how we're going to deal with the directorship, how we're going to deal with the timetable, and all the little things that small departments do. We can pool those works, and we can also think together about the new kinds of projects that we can take on now that we have new partners in this organization. So part of what our image there is to show you that a big part of what this is intellectual and exciting. And we have a lot we can tell you about how this process can be really enjoyable, in fact.
Right. And I think that piece, the intellectual excitement, is really, Chancellor Ward's right. We can come up with visions. We're all, bless you, we're vision people in one way or another. We're ideas people. But with the help of the Office of Quality Improvement and Darren Harris and Nancy Thayer-Hart, who we are grateful to forever, we actually linked a process to that vision of intellectual excitement. In other words, it's systemic, it's not just, and that piece, I think, we are happy. Those are the arrows across the bottom. We are happy to talk about that if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll take you through the rainbow and then we're done. Starting off 2010, both units on their own looked at this. We had retreats, we talked about it, we had consensus building, and we actually ended up, as Mary mentioned, unanimous on both sides that we wanted to move forward with this kind of thing. So there was a lot of groundwork that we did on our own and talking about that. And then we moved to the orange stage there where we talked to Elaine Klein and to the deans at South Hall, to Gary and to Magdalena, who is the divisional chair for divisional associate dean for us. And we got their okay on this and their enthusiasm. And then
last summer, at the end of this past summer, we had a day-long workshop, and that was where Office of Quality Improvement folks helped us organize. We brought everybody together, student representatives. So students had been involved in the two units, but now we brought everybody together, faculty, classified staff, academic staff, and students, representatives, into a single room to talk about how we would move forward. And we came up with a series in that context of 3 subcommittees on which there is all of that representation again. A subcommittee on mission statement and values, a subcommittee on governance and structure, and a subcommittee on curriculum. Using a curriculum revision model that comparative literature engaged in began 4 or 5 years ago. It took a couple years to reach fruition. Comparative literature had eliminated 28 classes, introduced 5 new classes, answering 2 questions, well, you can barely see it there under curriculum from that far away. What are the ideas, the concepts, and the skills from the traditions that we come from that we want to preserve and pass on? Where are the emerging fields? So those 3, that's the curriculum rubric. It continues to be the curriculum rubric in our Department of Comparative Literature and Folklore as the Governance and Structure Committee will kind of phase itself out. Mission statement and values has already come up with a statement. But curriculum will continue on into the future, in which I actually hope we'll be able to use some of the wonderful ideas we've heard about today and this morning as we rethink not just the structure of curriculum, but its delivery as well.
Yeah. And so it is one of the things, if you're even imagining this, is to realize that you can uncouple some of those things. You don't have to change all at once. Right. But we realized through the help of our partners on campus that helped us walk through this that we could do this in stages. We're uniting in different ways, and it goes into the future as well. And change is part of what we should be doing all the time. Thank you.